Okay, here we are, quarter one, week 6, day 4. Use order of operations to solve. Well, we know what that means. We are going to use PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. Order of operations. Starting with parentheses. All right, so do we have any parentheses? Well, we have some here, and we have some here. So let's do those first. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 14 minus 5 is 9. All right, so then we have 3 plus 9, because we're done with this. Now we put that down, put this down, and times 3. Okay, so there, we're done with parentheses. Are there any exponents? There's no exponents with this one. Is there any multiplication or division? Yep, there's, let's see. So it's 3 plus 9 plus 9 times 3. Okay, so we have multiplication right here. All right, let's do that next. 9 times 3 is 27, so we have 3 plus 9 plus 27. All right, so then we do 27 plus 3, or actually we do just left to right, basically. So it really doesn't matter because it's all addition. But 3 plus 9 plus 27 equals 39. And that's your answer following order of operations. All right, find the quotient. All right, so does 45 go into 2? Nope. Does it go into 29? No, it does not. How about 290? Yeah, it definitely does. And guys, something that's going to help us on this one is 45 is really close to 50, and we know that every 2 50s is 100. So that's going to help us kind of have our best guess or best educated guess on what number to put there. So I'm going to put a 6 here, because I know that 6 50s would be 300, so that's pretty close to that 290, right? So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 more, which is 27. We'll subtract that. We have 0 here, 2, and then we're going to bring down the 4. Once again, I know 204 is really close to 200. And every 45 is really close to 50. So I'm going to say that probably 4 45s will go into 204. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 more is 18. So 180. All right. So I know 180 to 200 is 20, plus another 4 would be 104. So anyway, so let's just go ahead and work it out just to make sure. We have a 4 here. And then we're going to have to borrow there. Make this a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. All right, so 24 is our answer on that one. And we'll put a 5 right there. All right, so now how many times does 45 go into 245? Okay, so I'm going to guess probably one more than 4 now. So 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 more is 22. Subtracting that. We have 0 here, and we have a 2, and then a 0 after that. All right, looks like we're going to have to add a couple of zeros. So let's go ahead and bring that down. All right, so how many times does 45 go into 200? Well, once again, looks like that's going to be right around 4. Okay, 4 times 45. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 more. Wow, 180, just like the last time we did it. All right, so then let's subtract that. Well, we know to get from 80 to 100 would be 20, so that would be our answer. Bring down the 0. And kind of looks like we got a repeated situation here. So what's going to happen over and over and over is we're going to keep getting 200 every single time. And so this 4 is going to repeat. Okay, so basically we can find out our answer, or we know our answer right now is 645.4 with a line over it, which means it's a repeating decimal. It will go on and on. So that's our quotient for this problem. Find the quotient. All right, more division. We are going to keep, change, flip. We're going to keep the 3 over 5. We are going to change that to multiplication, and we are going to flip this one around, and find its reciprocal. So we're going to keep the 3 over 5 times 9 over 2. Okay, at this point, we're going to do 3 times 9 and get 27. 5 times 2 and get 10. All right, how many 10s will go into 27? Well, 2 sets of 10 will do that. So if we have 2 sets of 10, that is 20. And how much is left over if you take 20 away from 27? Well, there would be 7 left over out of the 10. So that's our answer for that one. 2 7/10 is the quotient. Okay, here we are again, finding the quotient. Obviously, this is a high priority for 6th graders to be able to do long division fairly efficiently, or hopefully at least work on it to try to get that direction. So we can't do 26 into 3, but we can do 26 into 34, and that would be 1 time. 1 times 26 is 26. We're going to subtract that. So we're going to have to borrow from the 3 and make that a 2. 14. So we have 14 minus 6, and that equals 8. And then we'll bring down the 9. All right, how many times does 26 go into 89? I'm going to say probably about 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. And we'll subtract that. All right, so 9, or take 8 away from 9, you get 1. Take 7 away from 8, you get 1. Bring down the 4. All right, how many times does 26 go into 114? Well, I'm going to say 4, because 25 times 4 is 100. 26 is just 1 more than that, so I think this will work. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. 4 minus 4 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, so we're going to bring down a 0. All right, how many times does 26 go into 100? Almost 4 times, but it can't go in 4 times, so 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. So then we have 100 minus 78 is going to be giving us 22. And then bring down a 0. All right, how many times is 26 going to 220? Well, I know, let's see, 8 sets of 25 will give me 200. So let's go ahead and just go with the 8. Let's see what happens there. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 more, 20. All right, so then we have 220 minus 208, and that's going to give us 12. Well, that should be a 1 there. I'm going to run it out of space. And then we'll bring down the 0. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be going a little bit. Looks like this is, this would probably be a 4 based on what I'm looking at. So we're just going to stop there. We're going to put the decimal right there. And an answer for this one could be 134.38, because the 4 is going to be less than 5, so we're not going to round the 8 up. So 134.8 or 134.38 sounds like a good answer for this problem. Okay, in Miss Johnson's class, there are 28 students, or actually 28 student desks. Each desk measures 26.17 inches long. Okay, so it looks like each desk is kind of probably like this. And from side here to side here, that would be 26.17. All right, so it says, if you were to line all the desks end to end, how would all the desks be? So I guess they want us to keep going across this way and putting them end to end. It says, how long would all the desks be if you put them all together? Well, we have 28 desks. Each one is 26.17 inches long. Okay, so we're probably just going to have to do 28 times 26.17. So let's just do that. I'm going to put the 26.17 on top. It'll save us some levels later on. I could have put 28 on top and then done it that way, but that would have taken up a lot more space if we did it that way. So let's go ahead and work this one out. So we have 8 times 7. So 7 times 8 equals 56. So we'll put a 5 here, a 6 here. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 more is 13, right? 13. And then we have 6 times 8, which is 48, plus 1 more, which would be 49. And then 8 times 2, which is 16, plus 4 more would be 20. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's look at the 2. All right, let's do orangish. All right, 7 times 2 is 14. So we have a 4 here. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 up there. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. All right, and then we add these together. All right, 6 plus nothing is 6. 3 and 4 is 7. 9 plus 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 5 plus 2 is 7. And then we look up here and see how many numbers are to the right of the decimal. There's no decimals in this one, okay? But there are decimals in the top one. So there would just be 2 numbers that are to the right of the decimal. So we're just going to move over 2 places, okay, from the decimal from here to here. Okay, so let me just get the pen here, sorry. So we're just going to move the decimal over 2 places. So 1, 2. So the answer looks like it's going to be 732.76 inches long. So that's how far it's going to be from one side to the next. 732.76 inches. All right, 24 boxes of crayons weigh 235.2 ounces. Okay, so we have 24 boxes. If you add them all together, they weigh this much. So to find out how much it is per one box, you're going to have to divide 24 into this number, and that'll be how many ounces per box. And so I did that down here, and you can see that each box weighs 9.8 ounces. So the answer to this one is 9.8 ounces. And if you want to see it all worked out, you can pause it and look at it back later, but that's the answer for this one. Angela has 24 golf balls and 18 golf clubs. She wants to sell packages of balls and clubs. I'm not sure why they put paddles there, bundled together. What is the greatest number of packages she can sell with no leftover balls or clubs? Okay, so I found the greatest common factor of 24 and 18. That would be 6. Okay, so we can actually have, and that's in both of them. So if that's the case, then the answer would be 6. Okay, and each package would have 4 golf balls and 3 golf clubs. All right, an artist can paint 4 paintings in 2 hours. What is the unit rate? Okay, so we have 4 paintings in 2 hours right here. To get from 1 hour or 2 hours down to 1, you're going to divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the answer is 2 paintings per hour. Okay, so Josh will take 10 tests in 5 weeks at school. How many tests will he have taken after 7 weeks? Well, what we're going to do is scale down to a unit rate and then scale up to the 7 weeks. And the answer is 14 tests. 14 tests.